3, 2, 1.
What's up everyone, Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture. Thank you so much for coming by February 18th, 2018. A lot of you have asked, Dan, what other cryptos besides Litecoin are you invested in? What do you own? And I figured I'm going to start doing some of these videos. I already covered Ethereum, and I thought today I'm going to cover Monero because I see an extreme amount of value in it, and also because it excites me because there is some synergy between Litecoin and Monero that we're going to talk about. So let's talk about the synergy that is there, and let's talk about the value that I see in the cryptocurrency. Monero, I'm going to jump in. I know you have places to be, things to do. I don't want to take too much of your time. So let's define what an atomic swap is so that we can tell this story quickly. Atomic swap is a cryptographically powered smart contract technology that enables two parties to exchange different cryptocurrencies tokens without the risk of one party defaulting on the trade. The real beauty is this exchange trade between involved parties can happen in a trustless manner without depending on a third party or an escrow manager. Plus, there is no default risk on either side. So picture you have some Litecoin and you want to exchange it for Monero. Imagine doing it like that, and there's no third party exchange. There's no Binance. There's no Bittrex. Imagine being able to do it instantly. That's basically what an atomic swap is, and there is beauty in that. I'm gonna post a link to this website in the description because it's a nice, very nice, simple explanation. So let's move on to this tweet by Ricardo from Monero, which really kind of set the stage for the talk of Monero and Litecoin doing something together. Such a productive few days. Finally got to sit down with Satoshi Light and talk about a possible merger between the Litecoin Enterprise Alliance and the Monero Enterprise Alliance. And here's a picture of these two. And I just like it. It's always great to see leaders, whether in crypto or not, leaders of companies coming together and brainstorming and trying to innovate the space. And that's what these two are doing. Charlie Lee replies, although Fluffy Pony was kidding here, I think it would be good for Litecoin and Monero, two of the top non-scam coins, to work together. A while back, I proposed to him that we work on making it easy for people to do on-chain atomic swaps of LTC and XMR in a decentralized way. I believe this to be a win-win as it makes LTC XMR interoperable. It gives XMR users access to LTC's liquidity. LTC is on close to all exchanges, and gives LTC users easy access to anonymity and fungibility of Monero. Of course, it will take some work for atomic swaps to work properly on Monero, and it's up to Monero devs and community to decide if this is a good idea. If this happens, I think it's going to be huge, but no longer an unexpected surprise. It would be huge if it happens. I agree with Charlie. It would be awesome. Now, what we're going to focus on moving into, as I explain what I think the value of Monero is this anonymity and fungibility piece. Because there seems to be some debate and some things getting lost in translation. I decided that I'm going to use this to really explain fungibility. If you already know what it is, you can probably skip ahead a little bit. This won't take too long, but this website does a great job of explaining it simply. And I'm actually going to start here, comparing Bitcoin to Monero in terms of fungibility. Let's compare Bitcoin to Monero. In this case, the transaction history is very important. Bitcoin is not fungible because one can always trace where the coins come from. The public ledger is clear for everyone to see. So let's assume that a Bitcoin was used in a shady transactions, drugs, stolen goods. When that coin lands in your wallet, it would be possible to look into the transaction history of that coin and detect that said shady transaction was carried out. So the Bitcoin that landed in your wallet is not equal anymore to a fresh Bitcoin without transaction history. So that Bitcoin is now tainted. Now, that Bitcoin address could be blacklisted, so it can't be used anymore. Monero, on the other hand, has an opaque blockchain, aka the coin's transaction history can't be looked up. So one XMR will always be one XMR no matter in which transactions it would have been used before. In a way, one could compare it to cash versus digital money. So let's talk about that, because this is where the debate comes into play. A lot of people out there say, well, I mean, Monero is shady. People that are behind Monero are behind it because, you know, you can use it and have privacy, and most of the people want to use it for shady transactions and illegal activities. And I get that very surface opinion, but that is completely off. The value is in privacy. The value, picture you're a merchant, right? You're a business, a company. And I mean, do you want your transactions publicly out there for people to see how much you're transacting? I don't, and many others don't. Even from a personal perspective, do you want people seeing how much money you're sending and receiving and what you're doing? Well, Monero solves that issue with privacy. It has nothing to do with, you know, illegal activities. I think that argument is completely a weak argument. And with that taken into account, I like this last line. In a way, one could compare it to cash versus digital money, because it's true. I mean, if you use cash, then I guess you're part of this illegal activity type of debate and argument, right? And let's look at cash. There's this crazy article, I'll post a link in the description, studying ATM keypads, reflecting the foods people ate in different neighborhoods based on what they found on the keypads. So people in central Harlem ate more domestic chicken than those in Flushing and Chinatown, who ate more species of bony fish and mollusks. So we don't leave only food behind on these things like ATMs and cash. Traces of cocaine can be found on almost 80% of dollar bills. Traces of cocaine can be found on almost 80% of dollar bills. So the money that you're using, there are traces of illegal activities on that money. Does that mean you're taking part and you're keen on using cash because it allows that privacy? No, it just means there are bad people in the world doing bad things, and that's what's happening with cash. So I think that argument is weak, and that's not what the value of Monero is. The value is behind using it for privacy amongst your personal life and as a business, right? There's a lot of value there. So I thought this was interesting, and we can kind of start wrapping up this video. We can look at Monero Reddit, because I really wanted to get the sentiment, you know, what are the people, you know, in the Monero community, how are they reacting to a possible merger or possible teaming up of the two? And I highlighted a couple. There's no merger. This just means the Litecoin and Monero communities can benefit from working together. Agreed. I think there's the idea to create atomic swaps between LTC and XMR. Would be nice. Agreed. I don't think this is anything more than two guys who admire each other and would love to work together if anything ever presents itself. I'll totally change my tune when I see some code. I like that. Because for now, maybe it is two guys brainstorming and having some fun. And I like what they say. I'll change my tune when I see some code. So let's see some development. Maybe there is some development going on behind the scenes, and maybe it's something that we'll hear about someday. Definitely win-win, 100%. And I agree with that. It is a win-win. But, so I like Monero for the value it offers just by itself, but I love Monero for the fact that there could be a possible partnership. There could be a possible teaming up with Litecoin. And then I brought this up, I just thought it was funny. This was a post on Reddit, and this is just to kind of display and illustrate how quick things change in this space. This was Monero surpasses Litecoin to become 4th largest in coin market cap. This was submitted around a year ago. Monero was at $13. Litecoin was at $3.79. Monero making moves in number 4. And man, have times changed. We can look at the market cap right now. Monero is sitting number 12 at $311. And Litecoin's at 5 at $227. I mean, that's crazy. And things are going to continue changing. So Monero, I'll post a link to their website. You asked, figured I would answer. This is one of the cryptos I own. Ton of value, ton of real world value. and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you like Monero? What do you think about this possible merger that's been in talks? Maybe it's nothing now, but could it be good? I think so. What do you think? I thank you so much for watching this weekend. It's Sunday. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I will see you in the next video, and God bless.